Hi, my name's Liz and I'm from the Energy Bar, and I'd like to welcome you to my new signature program, Body Recalibration. So basically, I am a body mechanic health coach. I also do Reiki energy healing and intuitive body readings, and I have integrated all of these modalities into one encompassing program, which is now Body Recalibration. So what I'd like to share with you today is a few of my signature programs. I'm going to take you through E-Motion Yoga, Body Fit, Body Tone, and my Body Recalibration program. So I can't wait to share this with you all, and let's get started. Welcome to your introduction of E-Motion Yoga. So I'm just going to take you through the very basics and all the foundations of how E-Motion Yoga actually works and applies to the body. There are a few key elements that you need to know and understand, because it's not like any yoga that you've ever done before. It is actually a therapeutic grade of yoga, so it's designed to literally activate tremors within the body. So we have these natural tremors in our body that we just suppress, and E-Motion Yoga is designed to actually bring it out so that you can basically discharge all the stored energy within the body. So I'm just going to basically take you through a few little key elements on what that may feel like or look like, and that way we can get started into the actual poses. So when we start with E-Motion Yoga, the first thing you will do is basically just do some movements to get your body flowing and just make some sort of connection. So you might just put on some beautiful music, and you might just take yourself away and do some beautiful sort of dance flow movements. It doesn't really matter what you do, just as long as it's just activating the body and feeling the flow, because what we want to do is bring out the Kundalini in our body, and we do that by just gently activating it. So you can dance around in your living room, you can do whatever you like, but the idea is just to basically get a flow going before we actually start into our yoga poses. Now the next thing I need to share with you is basically what we're actually looking for within our pose. Now everyone may tremor differently, some may not tremor at all. What it's really about is the connection to your body and really taking yourself out of your mind and out of your body, and just letting the body sort of just take you on a journey. So basically with this, what we're looking for is you're going to be holding into a static pose. So I'm just going to give you like a basic example. So we're going to hold into like a static pose. Everything is done really, really slowly. And what we're doing is finding what I call a sweet spot. So you might hold it down lower, you might hold it up higher. It's basically just finding a spot within your body that you then start to feel some form of an activation. So you might feel like a little bounce coming on your body. And then what you're going to do next is just basically give your body permission to fully let go. Okay, so I'm going to take you through with what that might look like. I've been doing this for quite some time now, so my tremor is going to look different to yours. And if you're just beginning, you may not even get one in the first couple of poses, or you may not get one in the first class. So just bear with it. Don't put any precursors on what it should be. Just enjoy the connection to yourself, and that's all that is required. So let's get into our first pose. I'm just doing an example first, and just so that you know what it looks like. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes, and we slowly go in, holding into squat position. Just allowing the body just to make the connection. Be open, allow the energy source to come through, and what you'll start to feel is a little tremor activating in your legs. And then it's going to come on, and it just turns on just like that, just like a light switch, it flicks on. So you might feel like, oh, what's going on? Our body's going into this crazy little dance mode, but it's basically an organic shape. So your body is designed to do this, and we've been suppressing it all these years not knowing that this actually existed. So this is basically a demonstration of what a tremor might look like or feel like. You can take control of it anytime you like. You can even count down. You might go 3, 2, and 1. Just calm it down. So that's basically your very brief introduction to E-Motion Yoga. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through some actual poses. So once you understand the fundamentals of what it looks like, poses will just flow. Okay, so we're going to get started into our first pose, which is our static squat pose. Now with every pose that we do need to focus on going slow. And the reason why we go slow is that the muscle fibers have more time to connect. So think of like a spark plug in a car. If you're overcharging it, it's going to fire off different signals, and it's not going to really connect. So just like that, our fibers need time to connect. So by going slower, we have that chance to do that. So let's get started. So just out nice and wide, shoulder width apart, shoulders are nice and tall. Okay, so roll them back. We want to basically lift up through our chest muscles. Tummy in tight, and just take a nice deep breath in. You guys will close your eyes. I'm going to leave mine up while I take you guys through it. But I want you to focus on closing your eyes when you go through the pose. Just that way you are making that connection. So let's go through it. So you're just going to slowly, slowly, slowly take yourself in the squat, coming down, hips are tucked under, focusing on the breathing. Now while you're in this pose, I want you to focus on connecting to the bones, the muscles, the tendons. Like really focus on actually saying hello to all the parts of your body, your organs, and give them a little hello and say thank you. You know, thank you for doing such a great job. So make that connection to all the parts of your body, acknowledge them, and just go through and give them a little thanks. So what you're doing here is you're going to hold into this pose, and you might start to feel your body to trim up. And we really want to bring on this tremor. This is the beautiful part of emotion yoga, is to actually give your body permission to go into that tremor. And as I said in the introduction, it discharges all the excess energy that we've got in our body. So it's really very healthy for us to let this go. So you're giving yourself full permission today to completely let go and to go on this journey. So I can start to feel my body activating. So I'm going to let it come up now. And so it's going to charge and go through the tremor. So remember, there's no right or wrong. Doesn't matter if you tremor just a little bit, you might just get a little bit in your hands. Wherever your body goes is wherever it goes. There's no right or wrong. And the aim is to try and hold it as long as you can. And anytime you need to reset, you just reset by just slowing down and taking yourself back there. So I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. And then we'll stop and go into our next pose. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to go through our fold down pose next. It's a really beautiful and simple pose, and it's going to actually allow you to open up the hamstrings as well, so it's a great stretch. So don't stress too much if you don't tremor from this one. It is also designed to gain more flexibility in our hamstrings and to activate and open up the glutes. So let's get started. So coming out wide into your mat, basically we're going to follow the width of the mat on this one, and we're just going to slowly go down, hands towards the floor, knees are soft, so slow to come down. Remember, we're going super slow, making the connection. Slow to go down, and for the floor. As you go down, you'll probably find your knees will just naturally bend more, which is okay. And if you want to get into that tremor, if you squat down, come into a low squat, you'll find that will activate that. And off we go. And because we're in that low squat, it then naturally opens up through the back, and you get that even flow, the connection from upper to lower, which is what you want. We want both portions of the body connecting. In fact, we want everything connecting as if we're on high-speed internet. Everyone loves high-speed internet. So let the body go, trim away, and feel that connection. Count down again, and that way we know that we're ready to go to the next pose. So let it come through, and we're ready to go as long as you can. In 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're going to go into our lunge and dynamic movement pose. So this one's really beautiful for stretching out the calf muscles. So you want to focus with putting the heel down into the floor. So imagine that your feet are tree roots and they're firmly planted down. Now when we do go into this pose, don't worry if you wibble or wobble around, that's completely okay. In fact, it's actually a really good thing, because what we're doing is cognitively, we're getting the left and right hemispheres of the brain working together and activating them more. So with this one, we're actually going to do some dynamic movements forward. So we're bringing in positive energy, and we're also opening up our chest and our heart to the world, and we're bringing in what we want to manifest. So when we come out wide, think about the things, the abundance that you want to bring in, because we're allowing that to actually enter into our body. So let's get started. So up nice and tall, drop that back knee down. So you should have a nice little firm plantation of the foot. Up nice and tall, bring in. So as we do that, take a nice deep breath in, and then we open up. Bring in abundance, letting it flow through, and then move forward again. So we do this 3 times. Open up, allowing that abundance to come through, move forward, and bring back. So now that we're in this position, we've got our heel down. To lift that heel off the ground now, we're going into tremor pose. So we drop down, arms up still, bring them into a 90 degree, and then let it come through. Remember, if you need more balance, you can leave your arms down, but just let the body do its thing. So it doesn't matter if you wobble around everywhere, just let your body go with the flow. Remember, it's the driver, and you're just on the journey. So count down in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we've just swapped feet. So we're going to the other side now for our lunge pose. So remembering, we plant the foot down, nice strong tree roots, chest up nice and tall, and we're going to move forward. So move forward, opening up, bringing in abundance. Nice deep breath in. Bring back, opening up, bringing in abundance. So really make sure that you're focusing on what that is. Really bring in that true intention of what you want to manifest. Open up and hold. Drop that knee down, arms go to 90 degree. And let that tremor activate, come out. Remember, if you need more balance, you can keep your arms by your side. And it doesn't matter how much you can wobble around. If you're going too much, you might need to bring in your stance a bit closer. And you can slow it down in a sec. Count back down. Keeping the connection though. In 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're going to go into sumo squat pose with some dynamic movement into it. Now the reason why we want to add some dynamic movement is because we really want to actually open up through the hips more and just allow them to free up. So going out nice and wide into our sumo squat. We'll slowly sink down, coming down. And what we do is we just follow our body's movement along the line here, the kinetic chain, and just follow through there. So we just do this 10 times. So we've got 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hold here, nice and tall. And what you'll find is that really activates the tremor very quickly because we've just added in that movement, so it allows the body to flow more. So really focus on opening up all the joints now. So we've created a strong presence, strong foundation. So really allow that connection to flow through. Anytime you need to reset, all you need to do is just come back to our first starting position, and that's your reset. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so our next position is our walking hand stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out nice and wide, sort of almost back into our sumo squat position, and we're just basically going to lean forward and walk our hands out. So basically the aim of this one is to sort of activate the glutes, stretch the hamstrings, and to really connect to the lower portion of the legs into the calf muscles as well. So nice and wide, hands go out the front, soft knees, walking out, okay, and then back in again. So just keep that momentum going. You might find your heels lift off the ground a little bit, that's okay. Moving forward. That's it. And one more. Beautiful. Okay, so the next pose we're going to do is basically just designed to sort of open up the lower portion of the hips. What I find is that a lot of people get they get jammed up into the lower portion of their spine. So this exercise is actually more just designed to actually open you up and free you through the hips and the lower back. And then we're going to go into our next pose. So there's, like I said in the beginning, there's going to be some stretches in between and some different poses, and they are purely just designed to help open you up and just really help the body connect more. So let's get started. So we're just going nice and wide. We're going to walk our hands out. It's basically just going to be a knee to the opposite elbow. So coming down into sort of like a downward dog position. And we're just going to draw our knee up, across, back down, across. So you're just going to do 10 reps of those. And then what you'll find is that not only will you get a good abdominal exercise, you'll get a nice stretch and your back will thank you for it at the same time. Okay, so the next pose we're going to do is downward dog. And this is a really, really good one for opening up the hamstrings. I know I've talked about the hamstrings a fair bit. And this is generally because a lot of people have back problems, and that can generate from hamstrings being far too tight. So the more that we can stretch out through our hamstrings, our hip flexors, the better our spine can be for us. So let's get started. So downward dog, out nice and wide. We're going to walk our hands out. Legs up nice and tall, soft elbows. Now this is not your typical downward dog. We are doing a motion yoga pose, so we need to counteract the differences there. And what you're going to do now is you're actually going to drop down, okay? And what you'll notice is that the tremor will kick in quite quickly. This is the position that you're in. Now this is more intense, so anytime you need to drop down, you just drop down onto your knees to reset your body. And just let it do its thing. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so the next pose, or two poses, but you're kind of getting a 2-for-1 deal. We're going to do cow and cat pose. So we'll start with the cow pose first. So nice and wide, and nice and tall with our body. Dropping down, and nice and wide with the hands. So everything's shoulder width apart. So cow pose, we want to basically just be nicely positioned here. And we're going to actually lift our feet off the ground. Take a nice deep breath in, and then slowly, slowly reach up into cat pose. So push your spine all the way to the ceiling, and then bring it down. So you should feel a nice stretch through the coccyx area, and then pushing back up. So holding each stretch for about 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, then stretching up, and then bring it down. So with this position, you may or may not get a tremor. That's okay. It's just a really great way to actually stretch and open the spine. By having the feet off, you'll find that you might feel your feet starting to tremor. So if that's the case, then just let it flow. So I'm just going to hold for a few seconds. So remember, we're finding the sweet spots as well. So if you want to bring out the tremor, you just stop and hold the position, and that will come through. I'll just show you a little example. So I'll stop here in the cow pose. There's no right or wrong. The body will do what it needs to do, and it's recalibrating so that all your cells get an upgrade. Count down, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to go into leg extension next. Now this is a little bit different. And you may find it could activate a really good tremor within you. If not, that's okay too. It's a really great stretch for the glutes, lower back. So everything we're doing today is really designed to open up that lower portion of the body. So let's get started. So coming into position, shoulder width apart with our shoulders and our hands and our knees. So basically bring the leg up, extend out, find that sweet spot again. Holding, just draw it in. You might just find bringing the leg in a little bit, allow it to kick in, and the leg will just go where it needs to go. There's no right or wrong. So basically my body's completely taking over now, and I'm just allowing it to do its thing. 3, 2, okay, so we're going to do the other side now for leg extension. So just get yourself straight into position. And nice and wide with the shoulders. Legs as well. Leg up. So slight bend, extending out. Finding that sweet spot. And let the body activate. So imagine that you've got beautiful energy coming down through the leg, from your foot, and let it flow all the way through the body. Feel that energy really ooze through every single cell. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're going to go into hip flexor pose. So this is really great for opening up through here. And what you'll feel is a beautiful release through the front part of your body, which is where the hip flexors lay. But you also feel a release through the sacrum and the coccyx area. So nice and tall, take a nice deep breath in. This time I want you to imagine that you've got a beautiful waterfall flowing on your body, and just let that water flow through every cell of your body and make that strong connection. So nice and tall, make a connection. What you're going to do here is you're going to lift the feet off the ground. And just let your body go. Doesn't matter if you fall over, it's not right or wrong. Your body just does what it needs to do. You can put a cushion underneath your knees if you need to. What do you feel most comfortable with? 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so the next position we're going to do is a bridge position. So this is really great for strengthening the glutes and also releasing up through the hip flexors. So just coming around onto your mat, legs are shoulder width apart. You can use the pillow if you need to. You can put it up underneath your head, underneath your spine, wherever you feel most comfortable. Coming down. Lifting up, slowly lifting up. Coming to that bridge position, holding. So just focus on that hold, squeeze in through the glutes, and then slowly drop down. So go through the movement a few times. Slowly coming up. And then slowly down, holding and finding that sweet spot. And let that body kick in. What you'll find, this will give you a really good release through the spine. So if there's any tension in the spinal cord at all, or the skeletal system, you'll really feel a strong release, all the tendons and ligaments, the fascia releasing. Find that the body starts to get engaged. If you want a bit more action, put your hands on your solar plexus, and they'll tend to flap around a little bit like a butterfly. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so the next pose that we've got is a leg press. So if you've ever been to the gym and you've popped yourself up into a 45-degree leg press, that's essentially what we're doing with our legs. You're going to bring them into a 45-degree angle. And what I want you to really focus on is beautiful warm energy flowing down through the leg and illuminating all your cells. Okay? So you can have a cushion if need be. Prop the body up. Legs come up. So we've got the nice sort of 45-degree angle. Remember, we're finding safe spots, so even just rotating through the hips a little bit and letting it come through. So remembering you want that beautiful energy to flow through. Three, 2, and then you're 1. Okay, our last and final pose is our clamshell or butterfly pose. Probably butterfly pose would be the more accurate term, because what you'll feel is that when your legs come in, they're like a magnetic attraction to one another. So when they fold together, it's like that they'll start flapping like butterfly wings. So you can also take yourself on a little beautiful journey here and imagine yourself coming out of the cocoon and transforming from the caterpillar to the butterfly. So let's get started. Coming down again, make yourself nice and comfortable. So this one here, you've got to basically draw your legs together, okay? Bring it down, legs go flat, and you're basically going to imagine that the knees are like magnets and that they're pulling together. So laying down. Really allow the hips to fall to the ground first. palms open, relax. Slowly lift the legs up and make that connection. So you might want to just do a few small little reps first. So nice small reps. Allow the connection to come in. And then slowly back to down. Kicks in, let it kick in, let it play, and let the body be the hero. Going for your metamorphosis. 3, 2, and then. Thank you so much for joining me with my Emotion Yoga video. I highly encourage you to implement some Emotion Yoga into your daily routine. Even if it's just 1 or 2 poses a day, I know that it's going to help transform your life. It's a perfect recalibration tool, so if you're having a long, stressful day, it's fantastic for that. It's a great way to start your day. Helps to get you to have more clearer thoughts. You can even do it mid-break, in your lunch break, wherever. Emotion Yoga is the perfect tool for you to help recalibrate your body and reset. And that's so important for our bodies so that we can get more from it and be more active in our day-to-day life. So why not come and join me with my Body Tone program next? It's fantastic, and I know that you're going to get a lot of content and value from that. So come and join me for some Body Tone.